Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble, with articulation I hope, about a variety of different video, audio and musical elements of the videos that I watch. And today we are back with our friends Pentatonix, and I'm going to move this slightly, otherwise I'm going to be off the... I'm going to be hidden by the video. We're back with Pentatonix, and we're going back to a video from 2021. This, I didn't know this was a thing. This is from the Queen Family Sing-Along, which was broadcast on ABC in November 2021, and it brought together a whole bunch of folks to perform a bunch of Queen music. And this was posted by somebody a couple of weeks later. On YouTube, and I don't know if this is sort of official, like from an official channel. I don't think it is. So I won't be sharing the channel directly, but I will share the video below so that you can go and watch this. But this is a Queen song that they have covered. I am covering Queen this June, this Pride month, and I just really wanted to have a look at what they did. They're due to come up in this rotation anyway, and I just thought, you know what, let's see if they've covered any other Queen other than the Bohemian Rhapsody I've already seen, and hey presto, this one came up. So that's what we're going to have a look at, and I'm really excited to see what they've done with it. This is a fantastic piece of music, of course. Not quite as successful as... what was it we just did? Oh my goodness, my brain just fell out of my head. Not quite as successful as Under Pressure, but still did extremely well. It got to #1 in the Netherlands on both of their charts. It got to #2 on the UK singles chart and in Belgium. Made it to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100, but is 5 times platinum in the US, which is more than Under Pressure. So interesting sort of, you know, the chart success wasn't quite as big, but the subsequent listening has been. In fact, has been bigger. Which is really kind of cool. Freddie Mercury wrote this one at the piano, and what I really love about this, and I did know this, I reminded myself when I was looking for any interesting tidbits, with the voice layering that they did on this, they've managed to replicate a 100-voice choir simply using the voices of Freddie Mercury, Brian May, and Roger Taylor, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It's so cool that they're that forward-thinking in what they're doing and trying to create different sounds. Fantastic stuff. Apparently Mercury was inspired by his love of Aretha Franklin's music with this one, which I think makes sense when you listen to it. But yeah, another one of my favourite Queen songs. This was released on the 1976 album, A Day at the Races. And yeah, I did a little bit of less of a deep dive on this one. I just decided to run at it and get some recording done, and I'm really excited to see what they do. So I'll say welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way this works, I watch this through from beginning to end, commenting and emoting over the top. I'll then go back a second time, and this time pause and interrupt and offer what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've just seen and heard, and the foreknowledge of the one prior viewing. I know this is a sort of pre-recorded, semi-live performance, so I don't think there's going to be as much visual to talk about, but there's certainly going to be some amazing vocals, I know that. But yeah, please do check down below in the description. Like I said, you'll find a link to the original video there. Please do watch that before you watch this, although it isn't their channel, they are still the original artists. But nothing I'm doing is a replacement for the original work. What was I going to say? I just absolutely lost my train of thought. Oh yes, if you're... What is with me today? If you are just here for the reaction, the first quarter or so of this video will probably be good for you. Please do hit the like and subscribe buttons on my channel, as well as the notification bell, and if you'd care to support, you can leave a donation at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, at patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or by heading to... by leaving a super thanks here on YouTube. I should probably give up and re-record this, but you know what? I checked and I don't actually have time, so we're just going to live with the bloopers. Never mind. David from the future, this is a little while after I finished recording. I had an absolute panic because I got to the end of the analysis and realized after I checked the description for the video, I never actually put the video back up. But I realized this is a Pentatonix video, and they usually have to get heavily obscured anyway. So just for reference, during the analysis, you will see a still of the whole group, which will be relevant at one point when I talk about costuming, but you will not see the video. You probably wouldn't have been able to see it anyway, because 99% of the time I have to thoroughly obscure those videos for me to even be able to post them in the first place. So yes, apologies for the lack of visual in the second half of this, but that is why. Fortunately, because it's Pentatonix, this is still a worthwhile video. I was worried I'd thrown the whole thing away. And with any other group, and also with a more visual video than this one, I would have been having to do a lot of work. But fortunately, with this, I'm okay. Back to past David. So let's check out Pentatonix, without any further delay, performing Queen's Somebody to Love. Nice start. It's a sing-along too. The mustaches in the audience. Nice. The British flags too. The audience was having fun at this, weren't they? I should watch the whole thing at some point. Nice. I like the subtle rhythm changes they're throwing in. Woo! Yes. Oh, beautiful chord. Me somebody to love, find 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 me somebody to love, somebody, 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 find me somebody, find me. Beautiful build up. Yes, Mitch. Beautiful. Oh, that's a lovely rendition. It's quite simple, not as complicated as some of the stuff that they do, but that's actually, I think that's really nice for this. This is a piece that speaks for itself so much, and I don't think you need to do anything wild with it. I think what they did was excellent. It's really, really nice, very traditional to the original, and absolutely beautiful work, as always. I'm just going to go and have a look in the description and see if there is any information that this person who posted this has provided. Nope, just November the 4th, 2021. Okay, let's watch this again and see what I can pull out, because there's really cool stuff in here. This is cute. I'm assuming that this is how, more or less, how they introduced everybody for this special. I'm definitely going to have to watch the whole thing, because like an evening of people covering Queen, yes please. I love the pitch that the register that they start in, quite high. It's very piano-ish, which I think is fantastic. They could have started out with a wider breadth if they wanted to. They choose to start high, which, you know, to be fair, they sometimes do. And I actually think it's really, really nice for this song. It's such a beautiful start. And I like the fact that just in the middle of it, you get the tss from Kevin. Just a little starting point, and then the riff running into it. I think that's a nice choice. I love the fact that we have this song that already has a choral sense to it because of the way that Freddie wrote it. And then you have this wonderful harmony coming out with these folks singing and supporting Mitch as he's performing. I think that's wonderful because it keeps the sound so relatable even as they start doing their own thing with it a little bit. And I have a lot of time for that kind of thing. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror and cry. Lord, what you doing to me? I spent all my This is a song that allows for so much build, and I think they do such a good job. Like listening to the little run up here. Actually, go back a little further. Ooh, fairly. Sorry, my voice is a little wobbly today. Got beginnings of a cold, I think. Summer colds are great, aren't they? Starting fairly sort of middle of the range, I think, for Scott, and low for Kirsty. Lord, what you doing to me? I spent all my years in believing you. And then immediately straight up to believe in you. Like, we immediately open things up a little bit. We're above Mitch at this point in time, which, you know, it obviously makes sense because he's fairly low in what he can do. So let's put something up over the top, have almost like a kind of descanty quality. Sorry, I didn't stop. I spent all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief. I just can't get no... Go back up. No, nope, I haven't got it. Up there, up the octave. Just this sort of hop up. It's such a wonderful effect because by broadening the sound as they're doing, I don't know if they've done any layering to this one as well, but by broadening what they're doing, they're making their sound fuller. And so they're kind of mimicking the same approach that Queen took to it as well, by making this a really, really full sound, but just with fewer voices and not this crazy amount of vocal layering. I mean, if you think about what they did to the original, with 3 people to have a 100-voice choir, that's 33... No, yes? Yes, 33 layers of vocals to get that amount. It's bananas. But you can not achieve that effect, but you can achieve the broadening and the widening and the growth of the sound by spreading out the amount of space, the size of the register that you're performing in, and they do a really good job with that. Really nice little touch here. You've got this from Matt. Sorry, while Kevin is you've got sort of 3 beats on, 3 beats off from Kevin. So you have this constant pulse in the bass that's allowing the percussion to come and go a little bit. I really like what Matt and Kevin are doing here. Is a really, really nice blend, I think. Really nice work from... I tuned into Kevin now, so I was listening to him more there. Like, he's very subtle in the noise. You know, he's not doing a dum dum dum. It's just It's almost like... It sounds like a closed mouth glottal stop almost. But it's a really nice onset that's very, very subtle. And so he has this whole thing running underneath. It's giving very much a kind of fretless bass sound almost. But he's still punctuating enough that he's coming through. I really like what he's doing, actually. It's excellent choice of bass sound to support the type of vocals that we've got going on above it. Can't get no relief at all. Somebody, can anybody find me somebody love? Ooh, is that? Somebody find me somebody love. Yeah. I'll work hard. Lovely break too. I like what they do here. They don't overstay their welcome with it. They come back in with the vocals fairly quickly. I mean, this is half the length of the Queen original. And I love that we got do 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 do. You've got this broken chord thing, and then this do 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 do. This triplet going against the beat gives us something interesting. It gives us it feels like you're sort of tipping over into the next section a little bit. It's a really nice effect. Yeah. I work hard every day of my life. I love that. Every day of my life. It's I work hard. The way that he's structured that, the way that there's the change in pacing, I work hard, very very on the beat, but then every day of my life. Every day. The weight on every there is so nice. It gives it that extra little bit of oomph as to, you know, every day of my life. The day of the life, it's almost immaterial because it's every day. Really nice. I Oh, that high, because now we're lower, right? Scott's performing lower than Mitch was, and so having Mitch and Kirsty way up there on that harmony, it sounds barer because they're further apart now. There isn't something in the middle kind of balancing things out. They're way high up, but it gives us this incredibly piercing harmony. Really, really nice. And if you think about the breadth we've got here, with Matt down in the bottom, Kirsty and Mitch way up top, we have this huge span of key coverage, if you like, on a piano. If you think about it that way, you've got a very, very wide span that's actually been covered at that point by the three different sort of registers that are being sung at this point. It's really cool. I really actually like, I'm just tuned in for a second to Kevin there, just over that little riff, and I love the support he's giving. I haven't listened to the original of this for like much longer than some of the other tracks that I've been covering, so I don't remember everything exactly. But I really like the sort of groove he has going on and the ways that he adjusts it as we move. I want to go a tiny bit further back. Yeah, just the very simple of this 6/8, very simple thing. So we're in compound time here. So it's not 1 2 1 2. It's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, which is the difference between compound and simple time. Simple time is 2 in a beat, or multiples of 2. Compound time is 3s. I really like that. I think that's a really, really nice. Just keeping it simple, going with the beat, but then we get this. And it's a subtle thing, but that dum, cut dum, cut dum, cut dum. It almost lays more weight on the compound time, even though previously we have the da, 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 da. Because it's always there, it doesn't make it quite so obvious. It's like he's emphasizing things a little bit here, which I really like. And I love here when we get to the somebody, somebody. Wow, what is wrong with my voice today? The somebody that we get from Mitch and Kirsty, much lower down, much closer in. The harmony's sounding tighter now, which actually makes it sound a little bit fuller, even though we're using less space, which I know is slightly contrary to what I was saying earlier. But because the vocals, the voicing that we've got here, if you like, because Scott is lower than Mitch, it changes how we hear things a little bit. So this is actually filling it back out again, because that huge gap that we had. Like, if you have giant gaps, it doesn't sound full. It's when you're filling gaps that it sounds fuller. And because they're closer together, it's filled back out now. I love that somebody. His timing on that, it's so unexpected. And the way that he brings that out, it just kind of really emphasizes that word. I think in a really, really nice way, sort of halfway through the song. And that is a gorgeous hold from Scott there. Really gives it his all. Now, I love that it's like you get the long hold, you expect the long hold, he actually goes up a tone. So there's an increase and then falls into that little riff to come off it. It's really lovely stuff. I just gotta get out of this prison cell. Someday I'm gonna be free, Lord. I love that we switch back to Mitch there, because it allows this specific sound that we get on this chord, which is absolutely gorgeous. He's not at the top of his range, which means we can have Kirsty way above him, then down to Scott, down to Matt, and so you have this beautiful hold here. The breadth of this chord is massive. It's full. They're going all out on it. What a fantastic sound you get here. Hey, I'm gonna be free. There's a really nice hold there from Kirsty where free and Lord are actually the same note from her, because everything changes underneath. It changes what that note is doing to the chord, changes so much. It's really interesting. Someday I'm gonna be free, Lord. Yeah, really, really interesting spread there. I really like what they've done. Also, I want to take this second to talk about their costuming. As always, beautifully on point. I love that we have everybody in black. It looks like there's a little bit of a red shirt. Or is it a tie? Maybe it's a tie, actually, underneath Scott's sort of jacket that he's got on there. But I love these different fabrics, different trims. Like you've got the buttons on Scott, the zips on Matt, the shiny pants for Kirsty. It's really, really cool how they are so uniform and yet so varied. And I've said this before with them. It's absolutely fantastic work.
Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody.
Who's singing with Matt there?
Love. Find me love. Find me somebody.
Oh, it's Scott.
To love.
Yeah.
Find me somebody to love.
I wondered if it was Kevin for a second.
Somebody to love. Find me somebody to love.
I mean, great build, very simple build, just going with Scott and Matt to start with, the two voices, giving it a little bit of an extra quality, then bringing in Mitch, bringing in Kirsty, going higher each time.
Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me
They have a piano in the background.
somebody to love. Somebody.
Do they have a quiet piano in the background?
Somebody to love. Somebody.
It sounds like there's something there. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks who know this better, but it sounds very faint. Very faint, but it sounds like there's a slight piano in the background. Maybe I'm wrong.
Somebody find me somebody to love. Anybody find me.
Anyway, sorry.
Find me somebody to love. Somebody find me.
I like the way that they split those up. Because they're obviously changing vocalists, like Matt singing the low one, Kirsty singing the top one, Scott singing both.
Somebody find me somebody to love. Anybody find me somebody to.
And that's just such a clean... I love listening to these beautiful, clean, single high notes from Mitch. It's gorgeous.
Somebody to.
And the little... just the very slight slide up.
Love.
And I love that he kind of pays tribute to Freddie's riff, but does his own thing at the same time. Really, really lovely.
Find me somebody to.
No, okay, there is instrumentation, 100%. I don't know why it took me till now to pick up on that. But there is something back there. It's not a lot. This is still the majority then, but there is a little bit of instrumental support.
Find me somebody to.
I love the rhythm here. Find me somebody to... It's a very slow trio. Find me somebody to... It's the dum, dum, dum. It's that very slow triplet dragged out over that, which is really, really nice. And so we are in compound time here, so it hasn't got the same punch as it had to if this was a triplet over simple time, where it's 3/2. This is like 3/6, essentially, because if it's somebody to... It's not taking us into a compound time. It's dragging the compound time out over the top. So it feels like everything's slowing down where the pulse isn't actually changing at all. Very cool effect. I always enjoy it when somebody does that, and this is a great use of it.
Find me somebody to love.
And I love that we get that, the sort of slightly over the top almost.
Somebody to love.
Like these hits from Kevin there, just a little bit almost over the top, and then the final cymbal hit to finish off. And then at the end. It's you know, typical drummer. You know, let's do a fill over the final note. It's not as bombastic as a drummer's fill could be, which is great. You wouldn't want that at the end of this song, but I just love that he does that. I think it's fun. And such a clean... And does Kevin fall off at the end there? Yeah, he does. Just a little fall at the end. That's a really lovely ending to that. They did such a good job of that. I know this is a shorter episode. There isn't... Okay, this is also future David, but I watched this again since I did that recording, and it's just, this is such a fantastic video. They did a really, really good quality cover of that. They made it a little bit their own. They were very true to the original, and I really appreciated that. And I think it just sounds so good in their voices. It really, really does. I love this. Fantastic stuff. And I hope that you enjoyed watching that with me as well, whether you've seen this multiple times over the last 4 years, or whether today was the first time you saw it. Either which way, I hope you had a good time, and I hope I managed to point out something that made you go, oh, that's really cool, I wouldn't have noticed that, or I didn't notice that, or that's why I like that bit so much. That's what I'm trying to do with these videos, so if I've managed that, I am a very happy man indeed. Thank you so much for your time, especially if you're still here at the end of this video. The time you spend with me means an awful lot, and I really appreciate it. Please do hit the like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell. Still can't talk, even a couple of hours later. And if you would care to support the channel, you can head to buymeacoffee.com/David K Reacts, where you can leave a one-off donation of any amount, to patreon.com/David K Reacts, where currently you can sign up for $2 or $4 Canadian, or your regional equivalent, and in the next week, or at most 2, that is going to change up significantly, because I'm putting a lot of options into my Patreon very shortly. Or you can leave a super thanks here on YouTube, and any of those are very gratefully appreciated if you should choose to do them. Again, thank you so much for watching with me. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is you're watching this. Let's go for 11:59 a.m. Maybe someone right before noon. And yes, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.